I'm Laveen. So today we'll discuss character sketch of Gulliver from Gulliver's Travels. So Gulliver or Lemuel Gulliver in full we know is the central character of Gulliver's Travels written by Jonathan Swift. So he is the narrator of the novel, and in fact he is the only character which has been completely developed in the whole text. There are many other minor characters, but nobody has been developed in totality like the character of Gulliver. So we have other figures, and all these characters they are presented not in that light and they fade into the background. Like we have reference to Gulliver's wife, Mary, and very little role has been assigned to that lady. So Gulliver he just mentions that he stays home long enough with his wife, and there is no other reference to the lady. So Gulliver he is presented as a round character and an individual character in the novel. Now, talking of the background in which this character is portrayed, so Gulliver is the son of a middle class family in Nottinghamshire, England. So he is a student of medical and he has studied in the University of Leiden in Holland. So Gulliver he also served as a trainee under Mr. James Bates. So this training it helps him to get a job in the ships. Now, Gulliver he has two great gifts that he has been gifted with. The first one is that though he is not a nobleman, he is really a smart person, and he is also interested in people watching. So he observes the manners and dispositions of the people. So both of these traits they have been described in his portrayal and development. So Gulliver he's presented as a character who belongs to middle class. Right. Now this trait it helps to identify his flexibility, and he is always ready to associate himself with people of quality. So he is very flexible in character. So he is very friendly and he easily converses with all the people, maybe the working class people, maybe the royal people, maybe the servants. So he is pally with all kind of people. So this represents his flexibility of character. So he is presented as pragmatic and practical. So he is not very proud, he is very humble. So that is why he does not refuses to lick the floor when he is in the Lugnagian kingdom, right? And he also has been depicted in many other instances in which he is presented as a very humble person. So he is the hub or the central character of Gulliver's Travel, but there is nothing heroic about him. He is not presented in a very grand light or a heroic light. So he is a representative of a common man. So he seemed to be a kind of everyman, though he is very resourceful than many of the people, but he is not presented as a symbol of bravery and power. So he is represented as a very, very common man. So he is also talked of as the spokesman of Swift, right? Then we also see Gulliver's interest in languages and customs. So, to whatever land he goes, he gives a detailed description of the customs, and he talks of how he learned the languages. So, in every land he visits, the 4 voyages he undertakes, he has to learn the new language every time. So, he tells about what difficulties he faced when he is learning those language. Then he also gave a description of the customs of the place. So he's good at adapting himself to all the lands and the cultures. So he is genuinely interested in people. So it makes him a very good narrator. And he portrays the human nature. So Gulliver, he has a genuine interest in people at the beginning of the novel. But it does not last very long. And by the end of the book, he detests human beings. So, in the novel about what wretched waste of space we humans are, it makes sense that the only logical conclusion would be the narrator's complete rejection of people. So, this is what we see in the end, in which Gulliver he starts hating uh, humans because of his interaction, because of his meeting with the Yahoos, who are presented as very, very heinous and ugly creatures. So by the end of part 4, Gulliver he becomes very open and flexible, and he even can't stand the smell of his own wife and kids. So then we have his final awakening to the vanity of the human nature, to the vanity of human life. So he tells us in the beginning, he gives us a description that how he got married to Mrs. Mary. So she brought a dowry of 400 pounds, and he passes 200 sprugs to Captain John Biddle. Then he also talks of 6 Spanish gold pieces he gave to the Brobdingnagian king. But by the end of the novel, he cannot even pay for his own passage to Portugal with Don Pedro de Menz. So he doesn't even want to. So gold, the money, the wealth, the property, it has lost meaning for him. So there is a change in his character. So these things they have no significance for him. So we see that there is a contrast between, and there is a change between what Gulliver is in the beginning and what Gulliver is towards the end. Then he also gives a description of what clothes he wear in each kind of culture and each place he visits. So in Lilliput he wears clothes that are patched together, and they are made up of very small pieces of fabric. And in Brobdingnag, his child nurse, she sews clothes for him as if he was a doll. And in Laputan land, he mentions that none of his suits fit him because no one knows how to do anything practical. Then, by the time Gulliver he has been expelled from this Hinanim land, he no longer cares what is wearing. So he absolutely refuses to let go of the odd clothes patched together from skins that he acquired in Hinanim land. So he has been caught up in both financial and fashion details. So Gulliver he controls the narration from the beginning till the end. He provides a huge amount of context and interpretation for different people. He gives a description of all the things very intensively in giving each and every details. So he is not presented as perfect or as a hero. So he is vain, he has follies, he has limitation, he is presented as a coward many times, and there are many moments when the text itself seems to be making fun of him, like the king, he makes fun of Gulliver many times. So we definitely have to take Gulliver's opinion with a grain of salt, even if he is only narrator. So thank you, students.